Hey there everybody, Decaff here from ysflightheadquarters.com and ysupload.com, and today I'm bringing to you a quick overview guide how to use tutorial video of my elevation grid generator Excel tool. So this tool is something that I made to simplify or speed up, if you will, our workflow for creating large elevation grids. You can also use this to make elevation grid buildings outside of a scenery editor, which might be really helpful for you. So here's how you go about and use it really. First things first, with colors, I'm only giving you the ability to define a base color. Color gradations are changing in the test version relative to the 2009 version, so I didn't want to touch that at all. It also added a lot of complexity that really didn't need to be there. So added in RGB values 0 to 255 standard RGB scale. It's the same as is used in the ysFlight Scenery Editor color palette, so you can just transfer those numbers into here. For the width and height of our elevation grid, these are just the base dimensions that you would normally define when you're setting it up. Really straightforward in here. Our height is right here and our width is going across, just like that. When you bring into Scenery Editor, this may get rotated 90 degrees or something like that, but you can always rotate your elevation grid around. Then we have the number of rows and columns. Simple here, 10 is the default, so I just put it in for 10, but we max out in this tool at 50 rows. So if I put in 51 rows, it says right here, can't do it. So I will retry at 50. But just for simplicity, I'm just going to leave it at 10 for this demonstration. If you're going to make the elevation grid buildings, you're going to have some sidewalls, and right here is where you input if you want to have them and what color each wall should be. Once you are done with this page, you hit the Create New Height Input table. However, if you're just coming back and you just want to touch up something without overwriting everything later on, you hit Go to Height Input. So there's a difference here. If you're just starting out, you do the big button. If you are refining something, you use the small button. So this generates a table. In this case, it's a 10 by 10 table, and it's currently all set to zeros. That's the default. You can go in and start typing in values here. And we'll just put in some random values, 40, 1,000, let's do 800, just random values so you can see what's going on here. And then what we have is a visual check, and what this does is it brings up a 3D graph of what we just input in the table. Now this graph is set to look at the entire 50 rows by 30 columns. So if you just see everything really small over here, don't worry about it. It's just the way that Excel handles things. But this is really just for you to double check and say, okay, this looks about what I was expecting it to look like. If something looks way wrong, then you know, okay, I have to go back and change some things. But if you're happy with this, you can go ahead and hit Write TER file if you want to go back to the height input table and put in some more things. Let's put in a 300, a 20, a 100. Go back to the visual check, and we can see that some more things got added in. Unfortunately, things will get hidden if you have really tall things up close, so it's just the nature of it. It's just a helpful tool. So when we write the TER file, it brings us to this final sheet, and it translates everything that we've inputted so far into the terrain file text, and it automatically selects everything. So all you have to do is copy paste it into the text editor of your choice and save it as a simple text file with a .ter ending. Bring it into Scenery Editor using the Import Elevation Grid, and you are ready to go. So that's how you use this tool. If you got any questions about it, you can always PM me on ysflightheadquarters.com or send me a comment down below. Any number of ways to get in contact with me is great. So I hope this is useful and saves you a lot of time, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you want to find some cool add-ons for ysFlight, head on over to ysupload.com, the official add-on hosting site for ysheadquarters.com.